Somewhere in a museum, in a memory, or maybe right now in your own bloodstream, there's a ship. Every single plank of it has been replaced. Not most, all of them. It still has the same name, same shape, same job. So is it still the same ship? Ancient Greek sailors argued about exactly this almost 2,000 years ago. And the answer might be sitting inside your own body right now, quietly rebuilding itself while you watch this video. Theseus was the legendary king of Athens who defeated the Minotaur. He sailed home in a ship with 30 oars. The Athenians were so proud they kept that exact ship docked in the harbour. For generations, long after anyone who'd actually met Theseus was gone. This wasn't just an argument for scholars either. Every year, that same ship sailed on a sacred voyage to the island of Delos. By Athenian law, no executions could happen in the city while it was at sea. The day before the philosopher Socrates was sentenced to death, that ship had just set sail. So he sat in his cell for nearly a month, waiting for it to return. Wood rots, though, so every time a plank cracked, someone pulled it out and hammered in a new one. Decade after decade, board by board, until the historian Plutarch recorded something remarkable. Not one original plank was left. Every piece of timber had been swapped at least once. Sailors called it maintenance. Philosophers called it a problem. Because the ship in the harbour still had the same name, same shape, same job. It still carried people the exact way it always had. So if nobody ever skipped a repair, was there one moment it stopped being Theseus's ship and became just a ship? For centuries, that question sat there, mostly unresolved. Then, more than 15 centuries later, the philosopher Thomas Hobbes made it worse. Hobbes asked, what if someone had quietly been collecting every discarded plank the whole time? Every rotten board pulled from that ship, saved, dried, and slowly rebuilt into a second ship. Same wood, same shape, same nails in the same order. Now there are two ships. One has the name, the port, the unbroken history of use. The other is made of literally every atom of Theseus's actual ship. Only one of them can be the real one. Or maybe neither is. Maybe the real one was never a fair question to ask about a pile of wood. Two candidates, two decent arguments, and genuinely no way to prove either one wrong. Here's why this isn't really a story about a boat. You've probably heard the popular version. Your whole body replaces itself every 7 years. That's not quite right. But the truth underneath it is even stranger. The lining of your gut rebuilds itself roughly every 5 days. Your skin finishes replacing itself within a few weeks. Give your liver about 3 years, and it's essentially new material. Give your skeletal muscle around 15 years, and even that has turned over. Out of nearly 30 trillion cells, hundreds of billions get replaced today alone. And yet you feel like the exact same person you were yesterday. Almost everything you're made of gets swapped, quietly, the way a harbour ship gets a new plank. Except 3 places never got the memo: your brain, your heart, and your eyes. Here's how scientists actually know that. Nuclear bomb tests in the 1950s and 60s pumped radioactive carbon into the atmosphere. Plants absorbed it, animals ate the plants, and it got stamped into new cells like a tiny timestamp. Cells made before the tests carry less of it. Cells made after carry more. Track that timestamp and you can tell which parts of you are ancient and which were built last Tuesday. When scientists checked the brain, they found something eerie. The neurons in your cerebral cortex are the exact same age as you are. That's the part doing your actual thinking right now. Never replaced, not once since the day you were born. Which means both ships from the paradox exist at the same time inside one body. Most of you is the reassembled ship. New material, same pattern, same name. And a small, stubborn part of you is the original, the actual planks, still in place, still yours. So which one is really you? The part rebuilt 100 times over, or the sliver that never changed at all? Pull up an old photo of yourself as a child. Every cell visible in that picture is gone now, chemically speaking. And yet nobody would look at that photo and call it a stranger. Maybe that's still the wrong question. Plutarch's sailors were never trying to preserve one specific plank. They were trying to keep something sailing. The shape, the purpose, the name people could still trust. Maybe identity was never about which atoms happen to show up. Maybe it's about which pattern keeps repairing itself year after year and still answers to the same name. The plank changes. The voyage doesn't. You are not the ship you were 10 years ago. Almost none of the wood matches. But somehow, you're still sailing.